Okay. And the next part here is about copy and paste. This is, like I said, this is your best friend, right? And there are several different options here for copying and pasting. So if I want to copy this thing, let's say Control C and Control V here, what I was expecting was to copy all these numbers 5, 7, 10.78, 13, 23, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to have all those numbers here, but what's happening here is they're all 5, right? And I want to check what's going on. Like I said multiple times, when you copy and paste, you want to double click one of the cells to make sure that it is doing the right thing. I double click this and now I kind of realize why this is happening because my equation is copied and my equation is referencing the cell that is right left uh, next to my cell and and currently inside the cell there's nothing. So it's 2 times nothing squared plus 5. So it's just giving me 5, as if there was 0 in here. Oh, see, 0 in there, right? If I had a character there, if I just happen to have a character in these cells, then it would give me an error like that. Or I can maybe show you. Let's say I'm copying this. I'm not copying there, but what if I was copying it here? You see? All these cells are giving me 5, but this cell here is giving me an error. And if I double click it, this equation was copied, and that equation is referencing the cell that is left, one cell left to my cell. And this cell is what? It has a character in there, so it does not recognize it correctly, and the equation becomes wrong. So it gives me an error. This cell, because it's nothing in there, it recognizes as 0, so it's 2 times 0 squared plus 5, so it's giving me a 5. Okay? So are you kind of following me? When I copy this thing and paste it, the equation is actually being copied and pasted because this cell is not actually 5. It is just this expression, which is one cell left to myself being squared times 2 plus 5. This equation or this rule is actually this cell, and you just happen to have a 0 next to you, so it is displaying number 5. And for this cell, it has that same rule or equation, 2 times the value of the cell what, left to myself being squared plus 5. Add number 5 to that value. And this rule, it's displaying 13 because 2 just happened to be one cell left to myself. Okay. However, if I want to just copy these numbers, I want to have 5, 7, 10.78, those things copied there. What I have to do is right click, and there are several options to paste this thing. I can just paste as is. I can paste, uh-oh, copy again, copy and paste. I can paste just the values. I can paste just the formula. I can paste transpose. Okay, so if I just want to copy and paste the values, I'll right click and then I'll select this values. Now, what you see is here is that equation, and this equation is displaying a value. This one is again an equation and it's displaying the final value, which is 23. Now this cell, if you double click it, it's just a value. It lost that equation or the rule or the relationship between the cells. It's just displaying, it just copied the value to here. Okay, but that's what I was looking for. So that's how I do this thing. Okay. So you will want to utilize this special pasting. I copy this thing and I want to paste it, right click. I can find those menu here, or I can find those menu from top left side here as well. I can paste as is, or I can paste it as a value, something like that. Okay.